Oh, welcome to Sunday Night Ragchew, everybody.
Howdy, y'all. How's everybody doing?
Yes, timing is everything. Jason's stream just ended. I had to leave a little early because I had to reboot the computer and get this set up. I didn't even have the stream set up, guys. You may have noticed that it popped up maybe 30 minutes ago. Real quick before we start, I want you guys to tell me if you hear this, because I have it muted in the mixer, but I'm getting it in my headset. So tell me if you hear this. In 2 seconds. Do you hear that?
Not out here. Oh, I hear that. Very faintly in the background.
Okay, you guys don't hear it. Okay, for some reason, I've got it muted, both my headset. Yeah, it's both muted, but for some reason, I'm getting the audio from my radio, and it's piercing my ears in JS8. So, okay, everything else, do you guys hear this? All right. Oh, wait. Yeah, that was just a sound bite. Don't worry. So, hey, one cool thing this week, I met Don in 5SKT.
Oh,
It was very
cool.
good to meet you, Don. Yeah, finally.
Very cool.
Who else we got in here? Chris, welcome. I know I missed some people up here. I got to scroll up a little bit. Oh, no, just Don and Chris, the only ones that have said anything so far. Okay, Chris didn't hear anything either. I don't know why. Something's coming through my ears for some reason, and I don't know why that is.
So voices in your head.
I should be able to unmute the browser. You don't hear yourself now, do you, Michael?
No, I do not.
Okay, so the browser's open.
It was fun. It was sound like a monster truck rally with lots of echoes going earlier.
We were getting Michael's getting some feedback. I tried to blame him as best I could, and then realized it's me. So got it fixed.
It's always Paul's fault.
Yeah, it was a good day, Dawn. It was awesome to meet you, and that was really fun. I thought a lot of people would be there, but it was kind of the right amount. It was nice, casual, just talking. Some of you guys making some QSOs, and yeah, well, you wouldn't want to heard that, Chris. It's basically JS8 call. When I did it, it was like right in my ear, and it was loud.
I heard just barely in the background, then it went away. So
if I can't figure out how to tune that out, I may not be doing any JS8 call tonight, but that's okay, because we've got a couple other things we're going to talk about tonight. Let me switch. I'm not doing a project. Oh, well, yeah. Let me show you one thing, guys. Let me switch to this project screen. Let me switch to this. I'm going to show you guys a video I'm going to be making. This is the project screen. Sure, this is centered. Yeah. Okay. So I won on Coffee and Ham Radios from Ham Gadgets. It was formerly what was this? Something Don, his name in the name. I forgot his name. Forgive me, Don. I forgot the previous business name. But it's now Ham Gadgets. So that closer. So this is that relay buffer interface I won on Coffee and Ham Radios in the roll. And I got the cable for my Yaesu 101D. But what I did was I ordered the cables for the 705. I get the 705 tomorrow, I believe. And I've got it. Well, I'll be able to use the what's the number of that one for the Zygu, my G90 Zygu? I've got the 100 amp, the 125M or something like that. So I'm getting the two cables to connect the 705 and the Zygu amp so that I have the capabilities of adding an amp to the 705 as well and not just the G90. And then I've got the cables now, so when I'm home and need the amp, I can just swap the cables. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty easy to connect. It's just a couple RCA plugs. In the Yaesu, this connects to the linear amp. Whoop, I'm off camera here. So it's a couple RCA plugs. Let me bring this up a little bit, guys. How about that? Get some of the quirky QRP mat in there. Linear amp plug for the Yaesu, and two RCA plugs. And then for the 705, instead of this, it is just like a standard 3.5 millimeter to the ALC, I think, or something like that. But anyway, I thought I'd bring that up, and I'm gonna do a little quick video on it. It's not really much. I'm just gonna show it connected. I've already taken a video on the 101D, and basically it protects the radio, when you're using an amp. And with this one, it's sweet. It's you can hear the clicking of the relay. So this Ham Gadgets, he's got these at hamgadgets.com. I think generic without the cables is $69.95. And then if you get it, he custom makes the cables. So you got to tell him what radio, and he sends you the cables you need with this. And I want to say that's $89.95, but I'm not too sure. Hamgadgets.com. So I just want to give a shout out to him because again, I won this free. So that was cool of him to offer this to the community. And it's definitely something I'm using. 232 for band. Oh, does it do? Oh, that's right. You're right, Don. It does do band switching, and then for the 705, I don't think it does band switching on the Zygu amp, if I remember correctly. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think it does band switching on the Zygu. Oh, okay, that's good to know, because it's got all these pins. It should do more than just do the relay, right? So, yeah, so I've got the cables for both. He sent me the ones for the 101D. Oh, that's nice. So, yeah, that's what I thought. RF sense. So then it would be sensed through the coax, correct, Don? I think there's a longer... I was listening to K6EGG live stream last night before bed. And thanks, Don. And I made a QSO with him with my mobile, and then I get in the house and I can't hear him on my vertical, which I think is hilarious. I can hear him on the Yaesu ATAS, but not my vertical hustler for some reason. But
Chris, I feel you, man. I feel you.
What's that?
There are too many things I need to buy.
Chris.
This makes me feel poor. I
well,
feel you.
I have to say, I have to whisper this because my wife's in the background. I had a credit card charge this one.
Shh.
I'm paying. Oh, she's giggling in the background. Maybe she heard me. I will pay it off next month. She's right behind me. Okay, anyway. So, I don't keep track of the shoes she buys. I totally forgot what I was going to say there, but Greg was having some horrible noise.
You were saying, man.
Yeah, we were talking about the amps and all that, but no big deal. Anyway, guys, I want to do something right up front here. What?
Rub it in, Don. Just rub it in. Just kind of put a little salt on that one for us poor people.
Don, are you serious? You were saying something. Now I remember. You didn't say a price. But you were talking about it, and it's like that's where field day is going to be every year now because Don has zero noise. He's got a nice piece of land and away from everything. So Chris heard nothing. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, you mentioned it, Don, and I didn't realize it was that much, or else I didn't hear that. But actually, that's really not a lot, right? For a building these days. So that's going to be cool. We're looking. I've got another guy that does land for a company, the big subdivided ones that they've got everything, no HOAs, no restrictions usually, and all the utilities to the property. So I'm going to start. He knows because I didn't go look at the land a week or so ago that I was going to go up towards Paris, Texas, and which was a beautiful area, but just didn't work out. So he's going to keep an eye on some land and things that he opens up with his company, and hopefully I can get something. I'd like at least 10 or so acres because it'd be nice to have like a little target range just for target practice, you know.
You know, as much as
But
I hear about Paris, Texas lately, I swear it's going to be a major metropolitan city one day. As much
I
as we're
think it'll.
going here, I would not be surprised.
Oh yeah, I think it'll be a big one because it's going to be that middle. It's going to be that middle city between like Dallas and Oklahoma and Tulsa
Oh,
or Oklahoma City.
yeah.
It's just going to be kind of right in the middle there. And
Right.
yeah, main trading company. So
We all know Richard. We know Richard well. I bought my first HT from him.
I know what I forgot. It's in the garage. Talk, Michael. Be right back.
All right. So I did my premiere for my video today. It was the Texas State Fair, and I don't know how to do polling on this, but Paul had mentioned that 5 o'clock was probably a bit early for my premiere, so I decided to start doing them at 7 p.m. Well, guess who's on at 7 p.m.? That's when our friend Jason with Ham Radio 2.0 is running his show. So when would be a good time to premiere a video on Sundays? Y'all start throwing some times at me because obviously 7 p.m. wasn't doing as well as 5 p.m. was. Anybody have any suggestions? I'm open for suggestions. So
Sorry about that.
okay, don't tell Paul what I just talked about. Okay, that's our
Did you-
secret.
Did you tell him your Texas State Fair pig story yet?
No. Do you want me to share that picture?
Yeah, I mean it's fine. It's not like it's it's at the fair. I mean,
It was at
children
the
are seeing
fair,
it.
it's not the public. Let me see if I can do this.
He put his video ended, I don't know what, 20 minutes, 30 minutes ago or so on the Texas State Fair, which I've not yet been to. It's been 16 years and I need to go one of these days. But
I made a joke with Gerald, and then I sent the same joke to Paul. I said, well, I got my thumbnail for the Texas State Fair video. Let me see what I can do without losing it. And, oh, let me do this. Can you all see that? That was not my thumbnail for my video. But that was 1,000-pound pig. A thousand pound pig. That was actually the backside of the pig. So I think both Paul and Gerald thought I was being serious at first.
well, actually, I didn't think so because I saw you already posted the thumbnail. And I had notified me already.
I said that to Gerald. He's like, "Holy crap!"
Yeah, man. Can you imagine the billions of piglets that thing's holding? I thought it was a stage 5 tumor.
So I was just talking about time slots, Paul, because you said 5 p.m. was a little too early to run a video, to run a premiere.
What time was it? I
I
don't
switched it
remember.
to 7. Well, 7's
okay.
at the same time Jason's doing his thing, so we're not going to get as many people.
Yeah, that'll be a tough
I'm
one.
saying 2 p.m. 2 p.m. because all the other time slots seem to be taken up. That's true.
Yeah, Hayden was on. Frank wasn't on today, or I missed it. Like I couldn't find Frank.
So
Besides
5 p.m. for Hayden,
notification
6
for
p.m. is
tomorrow.
Frank Red, or 7 p.m. is Jason, and 8 is Paul. Actually, 8:30 for Paul.
I mean, it depends on how long it is. If you, I moved back to 8:30 because my wife's no longer working at nights. This way, I can not be up so late, and we can catch our nightly. We just finished Grimm, so we're trying to find. We're doing Rings of Power right now. We like to watch an episode of something before we go to bed, but bacon bits and rigs, no doubt. It was Red Summit. I was looking for Tank Radio. I forgot he's on Red Summit. Okay, I missed it then. But I got his notification for tomorrow from the parks thing.
Even if you don't see it live, watch the video. It was a lot of fun. I went with 3 people, and I was the only one on foot. I ended up walking. It was the Texas State, the Great State Fair of Texas, and that's one of the larger fairs. I think Texas and
Yeah.
Minnesota are two huge fairs, and I ended up putting in 20,050 steps that day. So
That's crazy.
I got some steps in. Kind of steps I probably need to have every day.
Well, here's the thing too, just so y'all know, for those who are in YouTube, creating a channel, wanting to get monetized and all that, like live streams, the views of live streams don't count towards monetization as far as the hours you need to become monetized. You need 3,000 and then 4,000 hours. But if you watch the live stream after the live stream's over, it becomes a video watchable. That watch time goes towards those hours. So if you miss a live stream, it always helps any YouTuber with their hours or viewed time and all that kind of stuff. Or if they are already monetized with the 4,000 views, you're monetized with ads and premium memberships. I don't know what kind of percentage they take from that.
I
But
think it's 70%. You get to have 70% of the ad revenue. They get 30. They work on a volume structure.
But I don't understand the premium because it also says from premium subscriptions. So like I'm a premium subscriber.
They count the hours. It's all about the hours.
Yeah.
On there.
I've never seen an equation for what part of a premium $23 a month or whatever does a YouTuber get, right? Because I watch hundreds of videos a month.
And
So
Chris,
how do you possibly separate that?
Chris, I
Hey
hate
Ed, welcome.
on everybody else too. But mine's not like an interactive live stream all the time. I started doing premieres, and I'm wondering if premiere's the way to go, or just to let it ride, just let it publish at that time and let it ride. But I'm still learning. And if you haven't, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it.
Yeah, he's at Getting Out in Life. Subscribe, and he does. Excuse me. He does a lot of radio stuff. Skywarn Aries, all sorts of things, tower climbs. But he does other things too, like the Texas State Fair and things that, again, like I said, I have yet to go to and keep wanting to. But it's a good one. And his video, as I was watching it, his premiere, I was actually like, dang it, I wish I would have went because it looks like a lot of fun. So
it's a lot of fun.
One of these days.
It's very different this year. This is the first year they did not allow us to carry our pew-pews.
Oh yeah.
And actually, ironically, there was a lot less law enforcement there than there was most years, and I thought that was interesting. So, but they kept giving us warnings. There was announcements on the bus, and I almost got busted with my with his Uzi selfie sticks. My little stand I hold my camera on. They call that a selfie stick. I'm like, how's this a selfie stick as a tripod? Well, doesn't.
Well, what's wrong with that?
No, it doesn't extend. I don't know. I got a little badgered during the service.
Wait.
I had metal on
you
me.
Can't have a selfie stick?
You can't have a selfie stick, which I understand that a lot of parks, Disney doesn't allow it because people are moving them around, not paying attention, poking people in the eyes, smacking them.
Oh, I got you. Okay, that makes sense.
So
I'll accept that.
That makes sense, but the tripod, which I hold my camera on.
Yeah. Okay, good.
That does not make sense, but they let me through with it, but after arguing with me, and then Paul, you missed the part where Gerald had handed me his credit card, and we are all getting 40 tickets apiece, and they gave him 140 and charged him for it. And then she said, "Well, I asked you," and I said yes. On this one, I want 40.
Jeez.
We paid cash all. Now, gimbal's a good question. Now, my gimbal, I don't have it with me. I have the OM5, and it's for my cell phone. It's a DJI product, but it does have a selfie stick built into it. So, but I did see one other gimbal out there, and I went by and I said, "Hey, what channel you're all with?" And they had like the youthful haircuts. I'll put it that, they I was like, "What club you're at?" "We're with Don't Drink Blood, blah, blah." And I'm like, "The what?" And he told me 2 or 3 times. I never did catch what channel he's on, but they had some expensive camera equipment. They had like probably a $700 gimbal, and a Sony camera. So I have no clue what it was. But yeah, Chris, this time sometimes the editing
Oh,
I can get it done in a few hours. But this weekend, the editing I went Tuesday, I edited Wednesday night, I edited Thursday night, and I edited Friday night, and I edited most of the day yesterday. So I could not. I don't know why there was 84 files on one camera, and the other camera was my cell phone. So I don't know why it took so long, but some videos take a lot of time to edit. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the DJI products, Don. I like them.
hold on,
So
guys. I got a message from Frank. Let me just read this real quick. See him. Frank Wilderness is at a park, I guess, right now. He's trying to see if I can hear him, but I don't. He didn't give me a frequency.
so and I have a
Oh, here we
Joby
go.
stick. I have a Joby stick for my phone, and that was given to me, Chris, and that one works well. In fact, I was just playing with it. It should be around here.
All right, looks
So
like I might be able to. Oh, I'm on data. Dang it. Okay, I understand that. That's fine. As far as cameras go, that would be annoying. People with selfie sticks everywhere.
yeah, and I get that, but it was the fact that she was extremely rude and uh, dressed me up and down. It was just a very different vibe this year in the fair. I
Yeah,
got chewed out twice.
I
And
told you, you
Gerald's
just do
like, they
nothing.
chewed you out for that? I'm like, yeah, they chewed me out for that.
You do nothing but cause problems, Michael.
I
Stop.
know,
You
I
gotta stop
know.
that.
That's
You're
all
a
the
rebel.
echoes and everything.
Um, while we're on the topic, let me just bring in and see if I can hear. Let's see if we can hear Frank Ham Radio. Frank Wilderness.
Is he doing phone?
He's doing a pod on 20 SSB. I
That
think I
sounds
hear
like
him.
his voice.
Let me up my.
He's fading, but he's there.
Yeah, he's there. So I'll keep it on my other ear, and I'll take it off of our. Let me mute this up here. So
Howdy.
let's do this. Let's do this real quick. You guys were talking about. Hey, Wired Type, what's up? Um, oh, let's. What time is? I know Don's going to know this for sure. Maybe a couple other guys, Chris and the others. What time is Nuggets on Monday night? Anybody knows with Steve with T.O.? I'm going to guess 7, but I can't remember because I'm usually working. Maybe nobody knows. And I tried pulled it up, but I didn't see anything scheduled. So I guess I could have messaged him. That's what I should have done. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to see if I can figure this out. 6:30. Okay, no, that's good actually. And that's the only live stream I know of on Monday nights. Do you guys? Oh, nice.
No,
Do
that's
you?
my regular tripod, Chris. He was talking about his Joby stick, but I have a Manfrotto that I use for my Canon camera. But this is what I use if I'm going to use a full tripod, a 6-foot tripod or 5-foot. But friend of mine in the club gave me his Joby stick. He didn't, and it's got the little foam mount on it, and that's what I use for that. But
Okay, it looks like it's going to work. So here's what I'm going to do, guys. So I've had some people talking, just mention off and on that. Kyle does. Okay, it's usually like right after him. I don't know Kyle as much. I mean, I know who he is, and I've seen him. 7:30 Eastern. Okay, so that's Chris. Are you talking about Nuggets? 6:30 Central, I guess, as Don said. 7:30 Eastern. And I know Steve doesn't really have a limited time on there. Okay, let's just go to the poll. I've set up a couple polls, guys. For those who know Slido, I think it's Slido. Michael thinks it's Slido, so we're going to go with Slido so that Mike continues to work for free and he's not offended. Let's see. I got to get the. Let me copy the. I think I
hit
just
my
did this
mute
direct.
switch.
Okay, direct link. Grab it solid, man, Frodo. Okay, so here's the link to the poll. Okay. Oops, wrong thing here. Hopefully everyone will be able to click on it if I send it. And then hold on, don't click it yet. Wait.
Whoa.
I've got to let me get the screen up. Just me. And let's do display 1 and get rid of that. Okay. Well, now my face is in the way.
Yeah. Honestly, Paul, I thought you said Lido, not Slido. I'm not familiar with Slido.
Oh, so I think it's Slido actually, but
Okay.
Here. Okay. So let me switch to cameras and let me go like this. Oops, I got rid of Michael. How do I get you on the side?
You don't need me. You don't need me.
Oh, wait, I know. Never mind. I know. Let me present. Share screen. Entire screen. This one, share. Boom. All right. Guys, when I did the hurricane, and it could have been just the topic, but I want to get a general consensus. And I have a feeling it's going to be like 50-50. Click the link. It doesn't tell me who it is. It's just going to show numbers here. And this should be live once I click start. You should be able to click on it now. It should pull it up here.
Oh, you got the QR code there. I can do that.
Yeah, QR code as well if you want to do it on your phone. And then this should be active once you guys start clicking. Do I keep Sunday nights? Do I change to Monday nights? Do I alternate nights like two Sunday, 2 Monday, or every other Sunday, or alternate nights, Sunday, Monday, or do I go 2 Sunday, 2 Monday? I don't think this tells me how many. Oh yeah, it does right here. How many people?
Yeah, it's everybody. I spoke for everyone.
It's just a multiple choice. I forgot that it does that QR code. Someone else introduced this to me in my ecoms group, and I thought it was pretty cool. So far, it's Sunday. Do I need to put up a timer?
I think I've spoken.
What's his
Guys,
name,
all
my
I
Mandalorian?
did was grab the QR code and turn around and voted. I vote for Sunday because there's stuff going on almost every night of the week for me. So,
Yeah, I have a feeling it's going to stay that way. I think there were more people on that stream just because of the topic. Honestly, that's what I think it was.
it was a big topic, and we tagged some pretty huge YouTubers
All right.
too.
I'm gonna say so far 16 watching. I'm gonna guess that a third to a half of the population doesn't click on QR codes. Maybe another 10% doesn't trust a link on the internet, even though I sent it. So we're gonna call it good, and we're gonna keep it at Sunday nights.
Well, that's 5 votes for Sunday night, so that's close.
All right,
enough.
let me.
That's better than our national elections.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it at that, and then let me go back to the other one here, and then I'll bring it up.
Got a big poll here for you, Paul.
Getting Luna more screen time, definitely. Yeah, and for those interested in this, again, I just learned about it. It's Slido, and you can make it's a whole presentation thing. It does analytics and all this stuff, but I just like it for the polls. So the next one is going to be. You get the direct link.
Yeah.
Then I'll present it. And let's pop that up. If you want the QR code, it's there. This one is, some people have mentioned more interest in prep. 2 Sunday prep, 2 Sundays radio, 1 prep, 3 radio like I do now, or 3 prep and 1 radio. And this is every Sunday night. This is just the live stream. This isn't videos I make on the side or anything like that. Oh, I got to check for Crank. Once we get this, we'll get Frank. I think I heard him really good there.
Am I the only one voting?
So again, I've had a couple people ask for 2 weeks of prep live streams. And I can mix stuff in too. It's not like it just has to be one or the other, but oh no, okay, let's get Frank. While you guys do that, I'm going to get Frank. Let me pull up oops, sorry. Forgot that's on that screen.
I'll tell Frank we all say hello. We miss him on the...
Oh, where'd my logbook go? Add. Only 3 so far.
Hey, Don got Frank.
What is it, K7? Oh, I forgot his call sign again. I don't know why I don't.
It's on his channel name.
K7 SPR. Okay, let me bring him into this.
Frank is KG6NLW, if we're talking about that Frank. November Lima Whiskey.
Oh, wait. Well, wait a minute.
It's on his YouTube title right there.
What did I just look at? Well, no, he says, see if you can hear me. Well, K7 SPR. Is he doing a club call? Let me look.
I recognize that call.
I wonder if it's a club call. Oh, yeah, it's the Railroad Club. Okay.
Oh,
I should have known that. Can you guys hear him in the stream?
barely.
Kilo
fading.
5, Victor Oscar Papa. All right, sounds good. You were fading there, so I wanted to get you before you leave.
Roger. 59 in the U.S. 0819, Paul.
0819. Awesome. That's a new park for me. Thanks, Frank. Hey, we got you on stream. I can't tell how many minutes we're into it, but I can let you know later. Coming in good 5-9 into Texas.
Roger the 59 into Texas. And I'm actually at a T-shirt. I don't have the other post number. So,
QSL, my brother. Hey, good to hear you, and great signal. I think this is the best signal I've had with you.
Very cool.
Salt water is always a good thing to have. You're fading just a little bit, so I'll let you go if anyone else is waiting for you. But good cue, so Frank. Take care, buddy. All right, very cool. Man, I wish his schedule would get straightened out so he could be with us again. Okay, I got him added. Sorry, guys. Let me get back to the stream, but it's always good to talk to Frank. It seemed like he was a little bit clearer from my speaker than he was through the mixer, but I couldn't tell. That's why I was asking. Okay, 5 people, 80%, 20 for 1 prep, 3 hams. So we got a little kind of a landslide victory towards the 2 prep, 2 hams. So okay, I just wanted to get some more feedback, and
So
Michael
Chris, I
Michael
bought
got one.
I got a food saver today. It's sitting right over there with the box, and I got a box of. Let me see if I can grab it without destroying everything. I opened the top of the box, but that's about it. But oh, it's green screen. Okay. But yeah, I bought this today at Costco for $75, and it has it can do the rolls, the packages, it can do the vacuum containers as well. It's got a little nozzle for that comes with it, and all I've done so far is I just opened it, so it's not even taken. I haven't even taken that part out of the bag yet.
Show me. Does it have a cap thing for jars? Let me see.
That's what this is.
With the tube, I couldn't tell. Is that a cap that'll go on a like a?
That's the tube. Yeah.
Is there a cap though that goes on a Kerr jar or mason jar?
No, I don't have that.
Okay, you want to get that because it's you can dry seal those jars, like you can do. You can throw a bunch of salt in a mason jar, wipe the lid, put just the lid part on, with the seal.
Mm-hmm.
Put that cap on and run it. It sucks it and it sucks it down and seals it without heating, boiling, or anything. So you want to get the cup that comes with it, or it's a cap. There's two sizes.
Okay, yeah, it didn't come with this particular one. It just has the nozzle that you have the plastic containers. And I got a package of vacuum sealing bags. But guys, this is normally about $100 at Costco, and it was $75. I'm like, yeah, I need to get it. I'm very tight on money right now. Vacuum sealing bags, and so it says it'll allow items to last 5 times longer if you vacuum pack them.
Mm-hmm.
So
what's the brand again? Food Saver?
Food Saver, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so let me show you. I'll pull this up, and it's 20% off right now. So this is the item I'm talking about. I had to buy mine separate as well. I don't think most come with it. So you know how there's this is 1987 right now. That's the year I moved to Japan. So you know how there's two, regular and then wide mouth. So what you do is this it's so hard to do. Let me click this. This piece right here goes into the Food Saver port.
Right. Mm-hmm.
This piece goes into this. And so if you're doing regular, right, you put your food inside, dry pack. I can't remember if it does wet pack. I think it's just dry pack stuff. You fill the jar, the mason jar up. You put just the lid on. You don't put the screw part on. You put just the lid on. Push it down. You hit the vacuum button or whatever the button is called there. Not vacuum and seal. So just the vacuum. It somehow sucks the air out with the lid attached. It creates pressure and then presses the lid down to seal it. And you're good. It's sealed. Now that's not sealed for 20 years, but
is sealed, right?
Yeah, the little flat lid with the rubber seal, this presses and seals it down without heating, boiling, or anything. Yeah.
So this says for custom
but you don't need to put the ring on. That's my point.
So this one says I just put the ring on after the fact. For custom settings, dry, moist, pulse, and sous vide, whatever that means. Sous vide. I don't know what that means, but it's on this package.
I think it's telling us to use a bidet.
There you go. So
use a bidet.
But if you want to type in the model number there, Paul, it's a FM2900. See what?
I think you got the silver version of mine. Mine's the all white one.
So
I think it's just different versions of the same. Yours is this one, isn't it? No?
Yeah, it kind of looks like that one, except the connectors are all black. But yeah, that's the one I got. So
you know what though? There's manufacturers actually make specific serial numbers for most of their stuff for Costco.
Right.
So then there's no price matching or anything like that.
But yeah, that screen. Scroll down a little bit. Motion detected at your front door. So that one right there, that's 117. That's what mine looks like, except
this one.
It's black. It's got black plastic instead of green plastic. But I haven't even taken it out of the box yet. What's in the box? Let's see what we got in the box.
I'd like to know what this is.
That's pretty much what I have. That's what I have.
What is this for?
That's they have these jars and things that you can put it in there and vacuum.
Handheld vacuum sealer. But it's so small. It looks like for a bottle
No,
cap or something.
it's attached to jars that are created. They sell
Oh,
them at
for
Walmart.
this.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
created to
okay.
be.
It's
you
a
know,
specific type of jar.
So it's got kind of a cloth here.
Let me see if they show it down here. Of course not.
No, mine's black. Mine's black. I
Oh,
thought.
I could swear it was
Oh
silver.
no, it's
Oh, yeah,
silver.
there's
It's
silver.
silver. It's silver. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the backside. The backside's black here. Here.
Yeah, it's the same one.
Right.
It's just a Costco cereal.
Here,
little model number.
I'm gonna see. I'm getting tired of this. Virtual background. None. Okay.
But it's a
You're
good.
gonna see my messy house here. Okay.
This is a good thing to have,
this is it.
guys.
It's black. That's the port where you can connect it to, and I guess you can open it up somehow. I don't know what I'm doing here, but I do know that moving all the stuff, I pulled my power cord on my computer, so I need to reattach that. So
I'm gonna bring that down. Just okay. You're. I'm gonna go over this actually, Chris. Yeah, I'm gonna go more in depth in it once I talk to the guy. There's a guy that has a lot of information, a great YouTube channel called LDS Prepper, and he even gives his phone number out, and he sells for some backup power systems that if I had seen before I got my solar, I would have bought those because they're a lot cheaper. But he'll actually say on his videos, call the number, walk me through your situation. I will tailor fit and help you in any way I can to be off grid or grid tied backup power. And what he sells, you turned your green screen back on. It's hard to see again. What he sells is LDS Prepper Store. I guess I got that wrong. I thought it was LDS Prepper. Oh, it's LDS Prepper YouTube channel, LDS Prepper Store. Is that a cover for it?
that's what was packaged in. It's a nice fabric cover though. I'm a ghost.
Okay, so I've got a
It's $75 at Costco today. So, guys,
is it just
get them.
today?
A lot of the boxes are beat up pretty bad. I'm sure they're okay inside, but yeah, it's
Let me find this other YouTube
start
guy.
learning how to use this. So I'm gonna watch some Prep and Paul videos on using this. I think he's on.
Well, I haven't done enough yet. I'm going to give you guys the name of a guy. You may already know him. This guy is incredible when it comes to EMP protection. Right here, EMP Doctor. If you guys want some interesting information and to learn about EMPs, all that, electromagnetic fields, this one right here, this is the one I just watched, I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago. It's Faraday Defense. It's a jacket he covers, and then he tests it to see if it's allowing anything through. But this guy has links for whole home EMP protection. He'll sell packages, and one of them is like for your vehicle, and it has all these things to protect the vehicle. He explains, and if I can remember which one it was, basically I think I remember the 3 pulses of an EMP. I think he was talking about nuclear explosion and how these devices have to be able to handle this type of thing in these pulses. He explains how it works, and then he has links and stuff. I don't know if it's his company or if he's just promoting a company. But if you want some information on this, check out the EMP Doctor. To me, he looks like that actor. What's his name? He usually does kind of goofy. I mean, kind of has a goofy face. He does kind of goofy roles. The movie I'm thinking of, he has like these fake buck teeth, and he's kind of hillbilly-esque, but he looks just like him, and I just can't remember his name. But
you talking about Ernest?
No, is it Ernest? Oh, maybe it was Ernest. I
Yeah,
think you might be right.
Jim Varney. Yeah, he passed away a number of years ago.
I mean, look at this photo this video here. It looks just like him. Or here.
Yeah, he might be able to pull it off. Just a side story. Y'all may enjoy it. You may not. may drive you nuts. But so if you watch my video, when we're going into where all the merchants are, where you can buy the maple syrups, and you can get the hot tubs and some of the mattresses and stuff at the State Fair of Texas. It's not State Fair unless you have hot tubs and mattresses, apparently. But in fact, they had like 16 to 20 locations, same company, just all over the place. It was crazy. But I digress. So you'll hear Gerald, my friend Gerald, talking. Gerald is a retired RF engineer. Nancy is a retired chemistry professor and chemist. And then Jean, I think her sister was a teacher somewhere, a school teacher. But it was kind of funny, but I couldn't really take it. But Gerald had mentioned the 7.83 hertz people, and there was a booth last year about the 7.83 hertz. You know what 7.83 hertz is? That is the frequency of Earth.
Oh.
And so they have all these devices to help you get rid of this negative energy that's affecting your health. You know what I'm saying. And so, sure enough, I came up on a deal, and it was a block that was plugged into an outlet, and I unplugged the thing, and all I had was a grounding pin in it, and the thing was heavy, and so I put it back, and I said, Gerald, I think I found one for you. So Gerald's trying to get this guy for a good half hour. I walked off. I couldn't take it. But he was like, yeah, this one thing, you plug it in, and it covers 50,000 square feet up to 7 stories. We've tested it. And it takes away all the stuff that your appliances and everything in your house produce. And he was using the term EMP. So, sorry, my ADD caught up with me.
No, you're fine.
Did not film that guy because if you want to believe that stuff, you can believe it. But, in fact, he says, every year you do need to send it into our laboratory in Arizona so we can recalibrate it for you to help all the positive energies, all the negative energies be taken away from your body. So
we have
getting sick.
Earlier this year, my wife added a grounding pad to our bed. There's something to it. Look into it sometime. Grounding your bodies to Earth.
Okay, but this thing was actually, it was a bit of a shame. It was basically a lead weight that you plug into your wall.
Oh.
So it's kind of like those devices that help you save electricity when you plug it in.
So check out, this is the EMP shield I was looking at in the past. And again, this is a link off of a link off of a link if you were watching from LDS Prepper. But this is the company that I've seen and seems to be good. They sell bundles. So if you have one car and a home for full EMP protection, he sells the set. So it's for the home and then for the vehicle. And, it's not cheap. But so $663 for one vehicle and a home. I've got a surge protector. I don't have an EMP type protection for my house. I do have a whole home surge protector on my breaker.
This is kind of looking like that.
What's that? No, these are on. Yeah, these are proven, if you go back to the EMP doctor, you'll see him talk about the ones that work and the ones that don't.
Okay.
He actually does tests.
I'll have to research it further, but this guy was advertising as an EMP deal, and all it was a ground plug. The other two plugs.
No. Yeah, you got it. And this guy, he'll even show examples and tests at different scales, and that EMP doctor is great. But this is the EMP shield I've looked at before. But what this guy was showing, see how on his these are expensive, but you can get these little shields for each item here, and this is a whole set. I'm not going to spin this, but you can get.
So it's in line, right?
These kind of things are built in with each backup power grid or power box, I think, is how this sets. This isn't the set I would get, but if I wanted EMP protection, that's what I would be buying. Is that EMP shield is the only one that I've come across that I've seen other people that aren't even necessarily selling it doing tests, but the EMP doctor is the best guy. this is what I'm thinking of getting to implement. For me to get a battery pack for my solar edge inverter will only work with a specific LG wall battery that's $15,000. I'm not doing that. So I can buy this kit right here, and it's got this is an auto switch, so it'll automatically switch to backup when the power goes out. And this is 7 kilowatt capacity. And right now, I guess there's a sale, hurricane relief sale through the end of this month for $5,500. And that's much cheaper than the $15,000 LG battery that I have to get for my current one. So this is the one I'm kicking around getting, and I would probably add a home EMP to the whole system once I get that. But for now, this is my backup plan right now. And this website has again, I haven't looked up reviews. I haven't done anything. So I just came across this about a week or so ago. And so this is what I'm looking into right now. And I'm not going to rush because the sale, I want to make sure I make a good purchase. I think they are LiPo 4 batteries. He calls them Mango Power. This is the guy. But yeah, I mean, this will run a lot. This 7 kilowatt stuff will run a lot for a while. And then because I can have it, he'll help you with this too. I can have it tied to my current solar. I can have it connected to my solar. It can either be plugged in or on your solar or whatever. It can constantly be charging. So he goes through how it's built and all this kind of stuff. And this is beyond what I know. I haven't done enough research yet on it. 10-year warranty. Who knows? So Chris was asking about that. So that's the only things I've been looking at that I've found that seem to be legit.
My understanding is the best thing, other than not leaving stuff plugged in or having some kind of surge protection on it. Now, if you're talking an inline thing, that's one thing, Paul. But if you're talking the actual EMP shockwave, one device I cannot see working that. The best thing for your devices is going to be shielding. Like I have some radios in my gun safe. That's used to G-Word. My PP safe has it could provide enough from a shockwave like that for that. But I'm not. Some of this other stuff, I'm a little more concerned about the science on them. But I mean, he may be a accredited scientist. I would personally, I would have to look into it more, especially after what I saw at the show this weekend or at the Texas State Fair this weekend. It's kind of like those guys that have those little sticks and they want to circle around your knee to help your knee pain go away.
Oh yeah,
yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's if you believe it, that's one thing, but it's not something I subscribe to necessarily.
I don't remember which. It's been a while since the video that it first came across because he does sell or has links to packages and things. He talks about how to make a basic Faraday cage with a trash can and such. I think it was a rubberized carpet. But there is one here that he explains your concern. He explains how it works. And I just don't remember. He's got too many videos for me to remember which one it was, where he explained to me how the EMP bursts work and how these things actually can protect it.
See,
a Faraday cage is if you can throw a Faraday cage over your house, then you'll be protected. But can you do that?
Actually, there are some houses that have been built like that.
But are you going to buy that house, Michael?
No, I'm not. The reason that particular house was I saw, it was a house that was right by a VOA transmitter. One of the shortwave Voice of America radio stations. I saw Ham giving a presentation on it, and the entire walls are filled with chicken wire. And then there's screens over the windows. He said you can't make a cell phone call in there. But it's because they were next to a 300,000 watt transmitter. So
It might be this one. I can't remember though. EMP CME damage. He explains the differences. I don't remember. I'll be honest. I don't remember which one. You'd have to go through and kind of see some of the ones that interest you, but he explains how these things work. He'll show actual tests and different things. It's interesting. Here's one. Oh yeah, that's one thing he sells. He sells or links. I don't know if it's his product or what, but he sells grouped barite chokes and things for certain things to help protect. This might be the one on the automotive one, perhaps.
do you
Installation of
remember?
the transient auxiliary plug battery.
Do you remember Whiskey 5 India Golf W5IG?
No.
So W5IG, he's Silent Key. He does not have a YouTube channel, but you can search his search YouTube for him because somebody else has done videos of him. And he's got a couple cool projects he did. But one of the projects he did was he has oh, what is it? What's that small British car? The Mini Cooper. He has a Mini Cooper, and he has put a radio station in that Mini Cooper. In fact, the mic flips down in front of him, and his PTT is on the shifter. You know, it's a manual shift.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got an amp on that thing. I think he has a 600 watt amp. So yeah. He's running a HF high power, and he put Faraday cages on his computer and several other things because at that much power you can actually mess some things up in the car. So he was pretty smart about that.
Here's this cloth I thought was interesting. You could get enough of this, I suppose, and throw it over something, but I don't know how much that would cost to cover a car. Yeah, his website I think is Disaster Repair. He's even got the antenna arrestor here and some different things. Here's a ammo can, Faraday cage kind of a thing. I don't know. Bags. So he's got EMP bags.
Items and Faraday cage type items. There's some plausibility for that.
Bundles. This is where I think I saw the bundles like for computers. He sells. Here's a solar power bundle, I guess, to protect from surges, perhaps. But yeah, he has a lot. Here's different size bags. He has a lot of different stuff. But anyway, that's off of EMP Doctors, though. We can beat that one to death. But that and then the Mango Power for 5,500. This is the one I was looking at, but I've got to do more research to see how it is. Slapping a 10-year warranty. What does Tommy Boy say? You can slap a warranty on a box of boop, but it doesn't mean it's.
Yeah, warranty. I have a lifetime warranty on my foundation company gave me.
Lifetime warranty?
Yeah.
Oh,
company's
they're
gone.
Yeah.
It's like all these builders. They all file bankruptcy and get bought out by another builders, and your stuff is worth nothing.
Welcome, Douglas.
Paper.
So here's something I wanted to bring up briefly. Scott, the owner, and with Heidi, the owner of Skyhook here with Hamstop on Etsy. He makes these Skyhooks for those who know. It's these products here, and this is his newest one. So if you look on the classic, which one? Right here. So this is the newest quad, so it has 4 sides. The classics have just the hole in it. So he's been receiving a lot of feedback and different uses for how guys have been using these things for antennas on military masts. So he's created a quad. He's putting a slider in here now for people to do different things because of feedback. And I've given him some feedback on something, and I ordered 2 parts that I'm going to do something with. So he and I are going to make a video that literally we're going to take all the suggestions he's got, and we're going to show them on a single video all the different options that he's hearing other people use his Skyhook for. So slides on a military mast. He's going to be making it for those push-up fiberglass masts as well, which is what I have. Or perhaps some kind of an insert. He's working on that now. But these are great products. And he does give me a 20% discount with PREPAREDness 20 when you purchase his Skyhooks. So they're solid, and Scott's a great guy. They're great couple, and such a great product. He's given me the specs here on sizes so that I can start looking for. Probably can't see that. Anyway, so look forward to a video that Scott and I are going to get together and just kind of show all the options that you can do with his Skyhook, and he's got the 4-sided one now, and he's got just the like the cleat for one side. But look at this one here. You got it up on your military mast. You've got your pulley here. You've got, you can pull up a dipole, in-fed, whatever. You could put a ham stick on one side. You could put the ATAS on one side. So really, really versatile. And I suppose if you had plastic or rubber type hooks, you could probably make your own DX Commander type antenna. Run the elements up and down a mast. So it's interesting. So we look forward to that. We're going to work on that in the coming weeks.
And the one you just displayed, that's the one that can be converted into JPOL, right?
This one here?
Yes.
I think this is the one he had at the club. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. He designed it.
Yeah,
for it
that's
to
right.
convert it to JPOL.
He made this, and you just put the elements with arrows, and he'll probably be showing that when we do a video, if he doesn't already put it out himself.
And the slot there
They
is how
use-
you tune it.
Yeah, arrow shafts, and you can slide it side to side. The diamond or arrow that does that 3-element J-pole dual band, the little aluminum.
I have one right behind me.
I want to say it's arrow, but I can't remember.
No, Arrow does it, and J Fong does it. So there's two.
Yeah,
companies
so it's
that
the 3 aluminum rods, different lengths, and it's 2 meter 440. So with this, you can actually move it and tune it to different areas of those bands. And did he say 222? Or he was thinking about adding?
They had a 220 version of it.
Yeah.
He displayed one, and then he was looking at some others that are some stuff that's still in development. It's not ready yet. So
yeah, this is 100. Now I'm assuming my discount applies to any of it. Prep Paul 20. But if I got one now, and if I military mast and I used it a lot, I would personally get this one. And then because I've got ham sticks and I've thought about my idea, well, not just mine, I'm sure others have thought of it, but the parts I'm getting, I'm going to make this into, I've got 2 angle brackets that you can actually angle up or 45-degree angle. I got them ordered, and I'm going to make it to where I can put those in here, connect the top element or the shielding or whatever you connect. And I'm going to put ham sticks up, so this will make a ham stick dipole too. So if I did that, I could take this and make one side just be ham stick dipole, and the other side could be verticals, wires, pulleys, whatever I wanted. So, what?
Can you receive weather satellite photos? Is that not
Wait.
encrypted? Is that
What's
what you're saying,
eggnogs?
Chris? Well, the little. I'm going to assume it's the little antennas on top, little dome antennas, directional, microwave.
On here? Oh wait, on the other. Is he talking about another picture?
No, he's just saying he wants to add those top antennas to it.
Oh.
Mount those top antennas. Can you actually receive it directly? I'm curious. Let me know.
Yeah. So basically $80 with the discount. So I look forward to doing that with Scott. Got to get together. Just been busy. He's busy. I'm busy. And but he brought this one by, and I gave him my 2 push-up fiberglass masts, my 25 and my 46. He's measuring them to see what he can do about making things fit with the fiberglass masts.
Yeah, I have one of the fiberglass masts I bought 10, 15 years ago.
A push-up
okay,
for the military.
So you can receive those, non-encrypted. That's kind of cool. I never knew that. So satellite
Checking with
imagery.
Frank. Yeah, I just realized Greg Japan Ham's not on tonight. He usually comes in. All right, so that was one of the things I wanted to bring up tonight. anytime you see the thumbnail with like a variety of different topics or something, it's just going to be kind of whatever we want to talk about. But there's a couple things I'll bring up and then just see where the conversation takes us. But this is really cool right here. So bend this, and then you can run hamstick to the left, and if you have the quad, hamstick to the right. You could permanently bend them if you wanted, I guess, if you know how to bend aluminum, I guess. And then you still have the other side for a vertical ATAS or a pulley for a wire. So, and then you got all these for different hooks. It's incredible. Such a great idea. Here's the try. They put a lot of thought and time into these things.
Yeah, he did a lot of research there.
I don't have any more military masks. I got rid of them because I got those push-ups. But once he comes out with the push-ups, I'll be able to put it up. But I'll be working with this one, testing different configurations. So,
so it's called the hamstop.
hamstop.
Yeah, if you look up the hamstop, you should be able to find it in Etsy.
Yeah, or just click the link in my link tree. In the description, you'll see a Linktree link. That links all my links. But if you just type in hamstop, your first click is this Etsy hamstop right here. That's his logo, or their logo, him and her. That's a good question. Because I no longer have it.
I have
yeah, right
in my
here.
garage, but I'm not going to be digging them
Here.
out.
You're not going to be able to see it because it's too bright, but on this side is the 3 elements for the J-pole. So he shows how to make it. I'm at an angle here. Get rid of my screen. I have to angle it, otherwise the light's too bright. You can see the elements. One.
So, Don,
I don't see
I use a speaker stand for my my X30 antenna. I have a little PVC pipe with a cap on one end, and whenever I close it up for transport, we put the radials inside the PVC tube, and then I have one of those pressure stoppers, and that's how I pack my portable X30 diamond antenna up. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I just realized both sides are the same thing. Look at the specs, guys. They do a great job, and this is how to make what you need to make that J-pole, the dual band J-pole. So it's blue screen, or green screen. So yeah, he gave me that sheet for the J-pole, and they use arrow shafts screwed together. So let me turn that light back on so you can see my radiant beauty. Anyway, looking forward to that. Again, I'll do a short video on Ham Gadget's relay buffer for the amp. And those run 69 to 89, I think. But custom made, it does all the cables. So yeah, a nice setup there. And I can't remember what else I wanted to bring up. I got the poles out of the way. I don't know. Anything else? Anybody else have anything? I didn't see anybody in Discord that wanted to join, so I should still be in the room. Am I? Yes, I am. But yeah, so Jason at the park had his buddy hex with the hex mast, I think is what it's called, or mast hex mast. I can't remember. I took a picture of it because I'm gonna look into it. But man, those buddy hex beams are sure cool. And they took it down. Masterworks, thanks, Don. Masterworks, yeah. They took it down, and what did it take? Maybe it was 15 minutes or less. Take it apart. Each arm that holds the wire elements in the hex shape pop out of the hole, and then they're tent poles. You collapse them in 3 ways, and it all fits in a nice bag. It's pretty cool. He had it up 18, 20 feet, something like that, on a Masterworks mast. It was awesome. I don't know if I don't think he really did any photos or anything. I know Frank did a short video, so hopefully Frank will show that tomorrow at 2 Central. Yeah, it's so simple. And Dawn, do you leave yours up or do you do it temporary? Yeah, we need to have a Texas hams party at Don's property once he gets that
$14,000.
$140,000.
$14,000.
Oh, I thought I saw 4 zeros. I thought it was 140,000.
It was 3 zeros. It was a.
Oh, my eyes were
shaft.
playing tricks on me. All right, that's more reasonable now. Okay.
Yeah. In
Yeah,
fact,
he was.
I've been to somebody else's yard. In their backyard, they had the shack, and he had a little keypad on there to access it, and it was a beautiful setup inside it. Had AC, power, everything was. It was a little fridge. It was perfect.
Yeah, that's cool.
Chris, yeah, we're in the same boat, man. There's so much stuff I want to have to. I just can't afford it right now. But
that's the way it is, guys. You just, I just want to get Michael on HF. I can't seem to get him on HF.
yeah, I have an HF radio. I have an IC 7000, but I just don't have it set up for the house.
Yeah.
But if I can go out to the park, as long as I have some kind of power source, I can. I'll play with it. But it's rare that I get to play with it. But we're going to be doing POTA here soon. Paul's promised to take me out to POTA. So
we're definitely going to do it. And Tom, I believe it was Tom in the club, CW, I remember his suffix. Can't remember the beginning. Anyway, he showed me how Ray Roberts Lake comes all the way down, and there's an area just on the north side of 380. So literally 10 to 15 minutes from me, where you can literally go park and you're in the park without driving all the way up to the lake, Pilot Point.
That's closed.
Well, it might be closed now, but he's showing me, there's an area that I don't have to drive.
It's called the Greenbelt Trail, and it connects Ray Roberts and Lake Louisville there at 380.
Yeah.
And it got flooded.
Is that the Isle of Dubois?
No, it's south of Audubon. If you go to if you're Audubon, you're on what's that?
Because there's two parts of that park. One of them is the Johnson, where we were in a couple of years ago. Jason had it at Isle of Dubois, and we actually were there twice.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it. And maybe you weren't there, but he was saying he likes that where we were, and I kind of do too. I understand why he's saying that.
Yeah.
Because the pavilion in that in the place we were at there was much nicer and much more wide open. So we could really do stuff. And the other one is more surrounded. And every time we've been there, there's been a ton of people that are at the park that And here there were, but they weren't positioned right close to us. And they just, at the pavilion out there, there's picnic tables that are just really close to it, that are people, obviously are out there to enjoy it. So, I mean, you can't complain, but they're closer than they were at the one that we were at yesterday.
So
here's the POTA here.
Right.
Yeah, here's the Johnson branch unit over here. This is the Isle of Dubois unit over here, where our Lark Club usually does Texas State Parks every spring.
Below, and that green that goes below there.
So all this green is the green belt,
which is closed.
And look, and I'm right down here. So instead of driving 30 minutes up to this one, I can literally go 15 minutes to this area.
So
wherever, I don't know.
We had flooding there in 2014, and they shut it down. And then they had some areas that they reopened.
Yeah, and if you're going to activate a park,
and then we had another flood that destroyed
the Isle of Dubois is fine.
Yeah,
because you don't if you're not the reason we were talking about it is because we get the pavilion so we can have, several people there,
Oh, yeah.
just like we were. But yeah, if you're doing it by yourself, there's lots of places in Isle de Bois to
Yeah,
activate from.
that's what I was talking with Tom. He was the guy that was doing the CW there towards the end.
Mhm.
And he goes, no. He goes, you don't have to come all the way up to Pilot Point or Johnson Branch.
Oh yeah.
He goes, you got it right above 380. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, just at 377, just north of 380. Just follow it up here, 377. I go, what? Are you kidding me? He goes, yeah, and you just turn off. And I forget exactly where he told me, but look, you got this. You got the, where'd that go? Here. Cedar Creek Natural Heritage Center. Is this a Dorba trail? Wetlands trail? I wonder if that's done by Dorba.
It was a gravel trail that you could ride
I don't
your
know.
mountain bike on.
Huh. That is, look at that. That's massive.
Yeah,
I may have finally
it goes
found
on
it.
forever and ever. Yeah, but they
Oh,
shut it down.
wow.
They shut it down, and I'm kind of
Yeah.
upset about
Now I wonder if you could take a boat out on the lake between those two sections of the park and call yourself in the park.
Well, look, this, I don't know why it doesn't show here, but this island is part of it. When Tom showed me, this one was actually green and was part of the activation park. I thought, oh, that'd be cool to take a boat out. That should get its own designator, just to make it more exciting.
I will guarantee you it's an iota.
Oh, you think?
Pretty much every island
Does
has a number.
Well, I guess this is
Even that little thing that's sticking out there, the smaller one that's there, that one probably is too.
That's probably not it. Do they not? Is IOTA its own thing, or do they have someplace to pull up a map?
I don't know.
IOTA.
It's called Islands on the Air, so that would be the better way to try to find it.
Yeah, I was aware that lakes would qualify for that.
Oh, IOTA.
Yeah, anything that's an island. They do it a lot in Michigan, where they go out to islands in their lakes.
Group lists. You'd think they'd just do a map.
Yeah, I don't know how you find them. I really don't.
Here, let's try group lists. North America. Oh, here. Nope, that's not a map. Oh, that's going to be hard to find.
Mm-hmm.
Go down to United States, Colombia, Cuba. Okay, U.S. must have its own. Because that's... I'll have to look for that. That would be interesting.
There's just tons of them, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's good to know that I can come up here somewhere and get myself in one of these green areas. I mean, there's roads all along here. There's a couple places to turn off and stuff. So I'll just have to see if, like this spot, here's the trailhead. Maybe I can pull in and park. Maybe over here I can park somewhere. Here's a road here that goes through it. So
yeah,
as long as it's not flooded, I guess.
I got bored one time and I went to Lake Tawakoni and activated. There's a wildlife management area out there that was really bizarre, because there's just this little, like, they make a dent in the railing around the park, and you pull up and you're in the park at that point. And if you go on into the wildlife management area, you're walking in. You're not going to get anywhere close. And the day that I was there were 4 guys that had, bows strapped to their backs with, arrows and everything. And I was like, okay, I'm not going in there, because I'm not, but I can activate from here. And I activated that management. But there's also a state park at Lake Tawakoni too.
Look, I got 2 activations. I'm hardcore.
I have 840 or something.
Good grief.
But see, the thing is, I've got now activations. I've got 1,000 QSOs at one park, so I've got whatever the heck that's called. Now I can totally slip my mind. But
look at all these dots.
Yeah, and see now, Paul, I like my house. I'm literally around the corner. If you look up Purtis Creek State Park, that's like almost where my property is. It's just around the corner.
Is it on here? Or is it, am I spelling it wrong? Purtis.
What's that?
How do I pull that up?
What's
Oh,
that?
it's not. Is it not a POTA?
Yeah, it is. Are you talking about
Oh. The
Purtis?
Curtis Creek.
Purtis.
Oh, Purtis.
Purt. Yeah, Purtis Creek State Park.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's see how far that is from there. Yeah,
it's a ways. I literally started driving down here because honestly, because of 175, it was just
Mhm.
easy to get to. And when I went to Isle of Dubois, which is actually closer to my house, in Richardson, I had to drive all of these, like, there was no direct way to get there. So it was
Yeah.
always, it would
Yeah.
took over an hour and a half to get there. And this one
Mhm.
was about an hour and 15 minutes for whatever reason. I think it's that
Yeah.
blue dot, right? Yeah, it's
This
that
one,
blue dot.
this is the creek. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah, I'd love to find some land out. I looked in Pittsburgh here, kind of somewhere out in this area would be nice where the trees are, but closer in is going to be more used. So the further I go, the less it'll be used. So I'm trying to find something close.
Yeah, there were several right near me that were for sale, and they sold pretty quick for some reason.
Yeah, see, here in Little Elm, Frisco Colony, right in this area, we basically got two about 30 minutes away or so, 30 to 40 minutes. And then the other ones are way out here. We just don't have a lot of options around us unless we drive a ways, unfortunately. But
yeah, when I was in Richardson, I'm not sure how far Little Elm is from like Garland, but there's a park in Garland that was just 15 minutes from my house. Yeah,
probably 45.
yeah, that's kind of far, but yeah, there's one in Garland that's like that. Took me like 15 minutes to get there.
Hey, we found where Andy lives. Right here. Andy, we found you a spot of land that your name owns. Maybe he'll see that someday. Oh, there's Greg. Welcome, Greg. Japan Ham from Japan.
Yeah. That Don, I don't know if you can hear me or not. That park in Garland, it's actually owned by the state.
On the
It's not
Buddy
a state
Hex,
park.
yes, I've got it up right now in my backyard, so to speak. But it is not really meant to be up permanently. Somebody, one of the guys that first got one had one up, permanently, and he lived in Florida. And it wasn't that he got hit by a hurricane or anything. I think maybe it was a tropical storm or something, and there was a lot of wind. And it literally folded the mast over. So it's really meant for portable. And I'm just using it now because I do have a permanent hex beam, but I just haven't decided how I want to get that up. I'm even looking at I don't know if you've seen that thing that Callum's doing with the what is that called? That portable derrick or whatever it's called, where use one mast to raise another.
I haven't seen that. No.
Yeah, he's got some videos up because he is about to design a beam, cubicle quad, and so he needed basically a mast or a tower, and he's got that thing up like 40 foot, and I think it's called a portable derrick or something. But anyway, when it's laying down or the mast is laying down, he has a pole that's about 20 foot tall, and he grabs a hold of that and pulls that back, and it pulls the 40-foot mast up, and it's real easy to do. And with a hex beam, you don't need something that has a heavy, because it has a very light wind load. Yeah. And all I really want to put up is the hex beam. I don't 2 meter 440 and all that. I don't really need a tall tower for that. Just the hex beam.
Oh, there he is. Michael's joined the Discord. He had a question.
Oh no, I was just making a comment about the Garland. That park in Garland is actually owned by the state, but it's not a state. It's not in the state park system.
No, it's not. But it's not a city park either.
Right.
And that's what the criteria is. It can't be a city park, but it can be a managed like park, and I really don't understand how that one's a POTA spot, but it is. So
it doesn't. There was some questions last Texas State Parks in the Air whether it said, "Hey, you need to add this one. It's owned by the state." Well, it's not a state park. It's not a state park system. But
Right.
Paul, I was looking at the Texas Park and Wildlife Department. Parts they're listed at Greenbelt Corridor, other parts they are not. So I don't know if there's any plans to open it up or there's sections that might be opened up.
Yeah.
But I did a video on that a couple of years ago. It's on my channel, the Greenbelt Corridor.
Well, I know
What
Tom's.
you're talking about that goes all the way down to 380, but the 380 entrance is blocked off. They got it
Tom's.
shut.
Well, looks like there's multiple roads around it, but Tom said you can go there, so there must be somewhere that's open. At least accessible.
I just passed by it Wednesday before last. It was closed in. They had the barricades up on it.
Well, you might be talking about one spot, right? Hey, Colin, welcome. Are you talking about one spot,
Yeah,
like
well,
the trailhead or something?
I'm talking about the 380 entrance.
Because when
You
I
could
looked at
actually
it,
enter the park. There's parks
Yeah.
and the restrooms and the parking lot and all that by 380,
it
and that's
looked
been
like
blocked off.
it looked like there's multiple roads, some through it, some next to it, a trailhead or two. So
But yeah, I've ridden that one with my bike a few times, and you can hear all the critters going through the woods there. It's all wooded
yeah,
except for that trail. So, but it pretty much connects right there, 380 near Lake Louisville, all the way up to Ray Roberts. So
yes,
in
Douglas.
fact, you follow along the creek that goes between the two, and that's
Yes,
how they
it's up-
adjust the water from one lake to the other.
It's up there around Aubrey, Crossroads Aubrey area. I'm not sure where the lines are to all those little areas.
But yeah, in fact, on the north side of that Greenbelt corridor is where they had the spillway. And we went there with Aries. We were doing flood patrols, helping the emergency management and all that. And they opened up the floodgates there, and everybody's hair was standing up straight. It was pretty amazing, the amount of power of water coming out of there that created such a static field.
So Douglas, yeah, here's DFW. Here's Dallas, Fort Worth, DFW. It's basically directly north of the airport, past Lake Louisville. Here's Little Elm, Frisco. Here's the airport. Straight north, it's this green section here. And then on both sides of the lake is the state park. And this is the green belt he's talking about here, right here.
Yeah, the Greenbelt
And here's
corridor.
380 from McKinney to Denton, kind of the main highway above Dallas, north of Dallas. I mean, there's 635 too, but yeah, 380 up north of that, green belt right here. So a good 25 miles or so from Dallas, 30, maybe 30.
I don't know. I pass by it all the time. But when I'm coming home from Denton, which I will tomorrow night, I'll pass right by that entrance there.
Are you talking about Louisville,
Yeah.
Chris? This one? Dam?
Those lakes are pretty similar size, if I recall correctly. Louisville has a lot more population around it.
Around it, yeah.
And it doesn't have any state parks except on the north side, on the other side of 380 there. But it is considered the deadliest lake in the United States as far as boating and alcohol-related accidents and so on and so forth.
And that's Ray Roberts or the other one?
Lake Louisville.
Louisville.
Oh, okay.
That lake he's looking at right there.
It's got, a lot of parks on it. It's just not any of those POTA type parks, unfortunately.
Right. They're not.
Well, they're all city
state-owned.
parks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that one on the left there, we're just by your hand. That I think that's Louisville Park, and then
Westlake.
to the right there is Stewart's Creek.
This is Westlake
On the right side of the lake
Park,
there.
Stewart Peninsula. Oh no, that's the golf course. Where's the creek? Where's the park?
Sheriff's Creek's
Is it
right
this
there,
right here?
yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
Stewart's. We've done some stuff here. Club.
And just south of there is Pier 121, which got hit again this year, but they had some 80, 90 mile an hour winds tear that place up.
Yeah.
The piers were like laying on each other. It was
Well,
pretty graphic. I got some
Richardson,
videos on that too.
yeah, Richardson got really torn up this year, right after I moved. And I don't know what happened there, but boy, it took probably 3 months to clean Richardson up.
Hmm.
I don't know why. And it was everywhere, all over Richardson.
So that was okay. So that was Memorial Day weekend. That Saturday, I actually filmed an episode where they did the blessing of the fleet. That night, we had 3 tornadoes hit across the northern part of our county. Richmond had tornadoes in the past.
Yeah,
but as far as tonnage of debris, this storm happened Tuesday morning, and that hit Richardson, also hit the Colony and Little Elm. And there was more tonnage in Richardson of debris than there was when the tornadoes came through Richardson a few years ago.
Yeah, see, the weekend before, well, actually the Friday before that hit, that's when I sold my house and I moved down here. So actually, no, I'd already sold the house. I actually moved down here that weekend. So, and I was out of Richardson. That was the last time I was there. So, and you know, I came up a few days later to see what they might be doing to my house. And like, there were trees everywhere, just in the streets. You drive down a block and there were trees laying over in huge trees laying over in people's yards and stuff. My house fortunately did not get hit. But all down that street and really just everywhere in Richardson I drove, had trees down. And in fact, when I was going up there that day, there was a school and I drove by and the power company was out there. And what had happened was there were some carports on the school and they lifted up into the air and flew over and came down, straight down onto the power lines. And so these huge carports were laying on the power lines.
And I'm sorry if I sound like I'm getting a little PTSD, but that storm really wreaked a lot of havoc for us in Denton County.
Yeah.
That was a pretty stressful weekend. The tornadoes happen, and then there was places where copper thieves have stole some of the copper out of the warning sirens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was happening up north of us, but yeah.
Well,
we have a ham down there in Richardson. You know him, and he has a news van. So you know who I'm talking about. He bought a news van, and it's got a set.
Oh yeah.
There's a doggy.
AE5 GDB.
Yep. And he lost power that Tuesday morning, and did not get power back until Saturday.
Yeah. See, like I said, I had left, but now I was down here down here where I'm living now about a week before, or I guess it was 2 weeks before. But anyway, down here, we'd done everything we needed to do at the house. And my sister and brother-in-law and we went over to Chili's and we had dinner. And then I realized I had boxes that I needed to pack up the last few things up in Richardson, or at the house in Richardson, that were sitting here in this house. So I said, oh, okay, well, I'll drive back right quick. And it was raining outside, but I did not realize how bad it was. And when I came over here, the rain was sideways and it was like blanketing me. And as I was driving down the little, like we have county roads, which are very narrow. So I'm driving down them. There are trees that are just laying over in the streets. And I finally wound my way back almost to this house. And there was one laying in the deal there. And there was a car that had tried to go around it in a ditch, and he was stuck. And there were people that were coming up behind me and stopping. I'm like, look, I have to have those boxes. So I just sat, and these people would come around me, and I knew, I mean, it's pitch black, but I knew there was a house that was there in somebody's property, and these people would just drive off into that person's property and sit there. I was like, I'm not going to do that. But anyway, so they did it. Eventually a farmer showed up with because even the fire department came out, and they just stood there and looked at it. And they started trying to help the guy get his car out. But eventually a farmer came in with a tractor with a saw blade on it and cut that tree down, and then just pushed it off with the tractor, pushed the big pieces off. And then we were able to get around and get our stuff. But the rain and the damage here was bad. And, I thought I'd seen it all until I, started driving through Richardson that day. Richardson got it way worse than we did down here. And what we got was like 2 to 3 weeks, maybe earlier than when Richardson got hit.
Yeah. I had friends down just north of Austin. 2 weeks prior, I think Austin had some tornadoes that came through. And she said that when they came out of their house, their neighbors were gone.
Oh, wow.
She said they had their main water line come in and was shooting up in the air.
Yeah.
So I ripped the water line out of their front yard, but across the street, next door, the houses were gone.
Yeah,
and they were able to sleep that night. They were there. They stayed at the house. They got the water line fixed and that taken care of.
Mhm.
But the houses around them, all the neighbors and all their friends around there, weren't there anymore. It was just like night. It's like they moved.
You know what a lowering is?
Oh yes.
Well, when I was in high school, we were standing out in the high school parking lot talking to each other, and we saw this cloud go over our heads, and you could look up in it and see the spinning of the clouds. They were moving around a hole in the clouds, and we thought, that's really weird. And then it floated on out into a field that was next to us, and it's lowered down, and that was a tornado forming. And to this day, I remember that because it was so unique to see it start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. And Paul's actually gone storm spotting with me before.
I love telling
that
to
was
people
an
at
exciting
work.
thing. We had a tornado go back up in the air and come back down as we were passing through. We drove right through where it was. And in fact, Amtrak derailed later that night because it damaged the rails.
Oh yeah.
They didn't know it.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and we ended up stopping at the Shell station that's been in all the news for this last set of tornadoes. That's where we ended up staging again. So it was, but
Funny when I
remember
tell people
being
at work
a little
that is cool. They'll say, "Oh, the first thing they think is Twister, right?" You say storm spotting, and what do you mean? I'm like, "Oh, like kind of like tornado storm chasing or whatever." And they're like, "Oh, wow!" They immediately think we're driving in the middle of it and things going everywhere, and we're measuring. And it's like, no, it's not.
But what we are working and trained under the Skywarn program with the National Weather Service. So, we have some safety stuff that we do. Not saying that it's always followed. Not saying it's always followed by me that time.
That person you mentioned earlier is the RWK's net net control for our Skywarn. And I
And
mean,
he
and
does us too.
the thing I really wanted to say was basically all of the hams in the Dallas Fort Worth area, all of them are at least in the clubs. There are groups of people in the clubs that are trained for Skywarn, and we all know what to do. And the reason is that the NOAA is located in Fort Worth. And they will literally come on. They know that we're running nets when bad weather's out. And we have people stationed all around our area, around the areas of the various repeaters that are running nets that are have spotters out looking for tornadoes. And, we know what to look for. Also hail, and they want all kinds of reports. And NOAA will have an amateur radio operator that works for them that comes on to the nets and goes from net to net to net and gets information and collects it for in case any warnings need to go out. So the hams here are very involved in watching for tornadoes in this area.
And Don, I have a lot to add to that, but it'll be off the Ragchew here. But if you'll stick on afterwards, and y'all,
I'd like to.
y'all feel
As soon as I can get to talking to Andrew, I'd like to get him on and talk about some of the stuff. He does so much stuff. It's crazy. Linking of repeaters and balloon launches and all. It's crazy. But
the thing he's doing right now, if you browse over to radiosond.org, you will see a map that comes up, and on the map is this. Basically, it's a balloon tracker for all the balloons that are launched by they're launched by NOAA. So that NOAA thing in Fort Worth, they launched the balloons, right? Well, the balloons have this little payload on them called a sonde, or an SONDE, right? Or radio. I think it's actually called a radio sonde. And it's one of those ESP32 boards like we use for Meshtastic and, a whole bunch of other things, but it's in 433 megahertz. Anyway, if you go and that site will track the balloon, and you can watch it, and when it crashes or stops or lands, you can run out there and pick it up, and it's yours. You get to keep it.
Yeah, I think we brought that website up last week or the week before. I'd like to get him. I'd like to bring him on and just talk about it all and the stuff he does at some point if he's willing. But
and I did a balloon chase with him. So if you go on the high altitude balloon chase, apologies, I tried to fix it after it published, and YouTube's not working with me on that. I have a corrected video trying to swap it out with, but I went with Andrew on that balloon chase, and one of the devices on there was that radio sonde that was reprogrammed there. But this last one, I went with ham radio people too. This is a great state fair in Texas, and we didn't bring radios. And my gosh, we got separated quite a few times, and we should have brought radios, at least GMRS radios. But three of the four of us wore hams, so. But
and Andrew is the Richardson Wireless Club's repeater trustee. And he does all of our repeaters, and he used to do all of the UTD repeaters, and the last I knew he was helping out the Denton Club with their repeaters. And so if you ever want to get somebody on to talk repeaters, Andrew's
actually Andrew is the operations director for the DECARA, the Denton County Amateur Radio Association. So he's very active in multiple clubs. But he's worked on so many repeaters. He helps with our Skywarn program too. He's real helpful with that. So he does NCS work there too.
Weather cameras, Arden, Skywarn, All Star.
Yeah, and he's net
repeater
control.
linking. Yeah, he does a lot. It's amazing. We'll start climbing towers here soon now that the weather's cooler. So hopefully I'll see him a little bit more.
Well, and like Michael said a minute ago, he's got that van that he bought, and
Yeah.
he told us the story that when he bought it, he came down to the club meeting and he had it, and now pretty much every time we have a club meeting in Richardson, he has the van there. But that van has one of those 35-foot towers on it, that goes up
50.
50 foot.
It's a 50-foot tower, yeah.
Yeah. And
it's a pneumatic tower.
Yeah, and Andrew's got it working, and he's got all these plans. He talks about it every once in a while. But
I'm looking forward to Go Kit Challenge in the mobile division. Hopefully he's got it ready for next year.
So it's a portable workshop when we're working on water towers. But by the way, the generator that was on the van provided he and his neighbor both power during those days, and they were knocked out. That's what I was going to say earlier. That he wasn't even expecting that to be his emergency generator, but it worked. But but it's a great workshop. It's a great bench to work on radios, and anytime we're working on a water tower or just a regular radio tower, he brings that van because he can do all soldering and programming there on the news desk. So it's pretty neat.
He got it by accident too, so that's
yeah.
He's told that story 2 or 3 times.
He got it from a guy in Philadelphia, bought it from auction and has those used car places, and was trying to sell it. And so when Andrew talked to him, I think he was selling on eBay. And he said, it's from some company called the National Broadcasting Corporation. I don't know who that is. He said, "Oh, NBC? Oh, is that who that is?"
Yeah. Well, he was he bid on it, but he didn't expect to win. He said somebody else is going to bid on it. I'm not going to have to worry about it. And then
he
ended up having it. Yeah.
For what he paid for it, there's equipment on there that's worth a lot more than that. So he got very lucky on that one.
He got a good
deal. The only thing was he had to fly up there to pick it up.
And then drive it back. He and a friend of us drove it back. That there were stories there too. So,
well, guys, we're creeping up on close to 2 hours.
Sorry about that, Paul.
No,
it's just great. That's what we're here for.
That's what it's about.
Ragchew.
But I've got Luna coming in, checking in on me twice. I think she's trying to tell me it's almost bedtime.
But Don, hang out in the voice chat room, and we'll continue a conversation here.
I do gotta show this. Let me show you this one real quick. Stop sharing. This is a picture I took when she was at my computer. Like her face, you can tell she's like, "Dad, can you please get off the computer and come play with me right here, please?" She's like, "Dad, this is ridiculous. Get off the computer." But she's cute. She's adorable.
She has a good dog. She's a friendly dog.
Yeah, she ran out. Someone left the gate open, or she broke through it somehow. Ran out there, and there was a German Shepherd with a couple, and I'm running after her, and I'm like, "She's not going to attack. She's not going." Then I was afraid the German Shepherd was going to attack her because she doesn't know violence. She's overexcited and wants to play. So I told him, I said, "She's not going to attack you. She's just too excited." And they were good about it. But yeah, someone left the fence open or something. But yeah, I don't know about the KV4P HT that plugs into Android.
Josh did a video on it. It's really it's pretty amazing. For like there's 4 parts to it or something like that, and he tells you how to get the circuit board, and then you can go and get these 3 or 4 parts, put it together, and it clips onto your phone, and it becomes an HT, 1 watt HT.
Chris has his Samuel, same breed, sitting next to him. And Digital Rancher has a really cool one, not to start a whole new conversation, but that one he had that was actual cell phone for Meshtastic, I guess. That's cool. I look forward to whatever video he's coming out with that. So.
Yeah, do you have any Meshtastic stuff, Paul?
Yeah, I've got 3 little ones and then a larger one with an antenna that I can connect to the roof, 915 antenna. And I wanted to have that up all the time, and then have the little ones where each of my family members can connect with their phones and communicate it if we ever needed to.
Yeah, that's what I want to do here, but I bought one. Well, no, I bought two actually that have solar panels and everything on them, and they
Oh,
just
yeah.
will not stay charged. They
Huh.
it takes about 2 weeks, but they'll just drain themselves, and it's like I've got them out in full sun and
Yeah.
all this,
That's
and
weird.
I still think because both of them are racks with some kind of
Yeah.
weird board on them,
Uh-huh.
that rack or that board is not set up correctly, and
Yeah.
there's got to be something.
Or the
But
battery
anyway,
or something. Yeah. I don't know. Chris is the one that's more knowledgeable in that stuff. Chris Bricker in the chat.
yeah, and the one I just bought one from TO,
Mm-hmm.
and the one from TO has a solar panel on it that plugs in directly into the 5-volt charge or the USB port, so that it charges
The charging
through
port,
the
yeah.
USB,
That's cool.
and those are supposed to work better. And so
Okay.
I need to get it out, but it's the way I bought it from TO. It's a repeater,
Yeah.
and I don't have anything I need to repeat to right now. So
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of what my main one will be with the antenna on the roof. Right now, it's on hooked to a crypto miner, a helium
Oh,
miner
yeah.
that just does transactions. So it's very low power. It's like a 5-watt, whatever, or 5-volt Raspberry Pi, but I get a percentage of different transactions. So it's building slowly as it just sits there. But I was going to connect that to that main, I guess, repeater. I can't remember it all now. I'm going to have to go through it again when I set it up. I've got them all programmed the way I want them, and I just don't have them all set up the way to be usable yet. But I
Yeah.
was playing with it for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, the problem I have, of course, with 4 acres is I've got lots of places out there to put, devices,
Oh, yeah.
but they have to be, I can't be going out and charging them every week or so.
Well, yeah, something's going on with the solar, and I don't know anything about the solar, but that's pretty cool if that works. Keep it running. But yeah, Chris does a lot of that stuff, so he's really good with that stuff. So, oh yeah, we'll have to have another. We'll probably have more than one more conversations about Meshtastic because I do want to get it finalized and set up. I
Well, we
ordered
need to get
another
Chris
antenna.
on there. We
Yeah,
need to
Chris
get Chris
needs to
on there
join.
to kind of teach us a lot there.
But I ordered another 915 megahertz from Alibaba,
So
I got to wait for that.
we need to talk about not just the technical side of it, but I want to see it in action. I'm a practical applications guy. I want
Yeah,
to see it being
once
used.
it's set up, I want to be using it.
Well, yeah, see, I bought 4, and I told you about this, I think, yesterday, Paul, or yeah, I guess it was yesterday. Anyway,
it
there
was
were
yesterday.
4, I bought 4 433 megahertz boards, and I've got one, and then I bought that thing that Halibut Engineering sells, the egg beater, and the egg beater is for the tiny ground station, and I want to get the ground station out. Although I'm actually receiving telemetry from some satellites, I just think that's cool. I don't know why, but it's really
awesome.
interesting to me that you're just you're not doing anything. And as the satellite passes overhead, it's sending out its telemetry. It does that all the time anyway, because that's how they're programmed. And, you're sitting there picking up all the telemetry. So I just think
cool.
that's interesting. And then the other one is for the radio or for the radio sonde. And in that case, you're actually tracking, or you're providing the data to the website to track the balloons.
Yeah.
So,
I think
and
balloon Ragchew and multiple Meshtastic Ragchews. We got lots of things we can talk about. So got to get them. I just got to get my other antenna, hook it up, and then I can set it up and actually use it.
Well, there's no balloon trackers up in your area there, Paul.
No.
No. I mean, if you go to the map, there's several in DFW, but I didn't see any up that far
not up this
north.
high.
Yeah. And of course, you go to Paris, and there's nothing up there. So.
Well, Paris doesn't have radar. But Their radar
Nothing?
beams 18,600 feet. So if you see a small storm on the radar, that's a big storm. It's
Yeah.
built up
Yeah.
like that. Okay.
This is picking up the weather balloons that.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
these
I know
have.
what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Let's
So.
see. Checking real quick. Okay, well, I may be working tomorrow, or if not, I'm working Tuesday. So I'm going to try to get just a brief video out on that Ham Gadgets relay buffer, just to show it in action. Seems like a sweet deal. I tested it on the 101, like I said earlier, and it seems to be working cool. I can hear the relay click. And then look forward to I'm going to get together with Scott of hamstop, and we're going to show a bunch of configurations and uses of his Skyhook. So look forward to that video too. I get the 705 tomorrow, so I'll be starting some videos with that one as well.
Then you need to get with Richard and get you an amplifier.
Yeah, well, I've got the G90 one, so I ordered the cables for the 125.
101's already given you 100 watts. You want 1,000.
Well, yeah, I've got a 500. I've got a 500 amp for the QTH.
Oh, that's
but I was
right.
thinking mobile.
Yeah, you need to cook the air conditioner in your attic. Yeah.
For mobile, I was just going to use the one I already have to bring it up to 100, like the G90. So I was looking at some on Alibaba. I just don't, 70, 80 bucks. Tuners for 180, real small and compact. TO and some other guys have done. Ape has done some reviews. I don't know.
Go look at my channel.
Yeah,
I've got a lot. I mean, a lot of those small 100 watt amps, and I hook them up to my Hermes Light, and test them. Or I've even done it with the 705. So
yeah.
I've
So I'm
got
looking forward
a
to
number of videos on that.
Looking forward to some QRP stuff with the 705. I've always wanted one. I just never broke down and got it because the 891 was half the price.
Well, I got 300 watts out of my 705 by running it through the Mercury. So,
jeez. Well, you got to do what you got to do, but I wanted at least 100, So, and I've already got the amp for the G90, so I'll just use that. And it's literally just another $30 in cables. So it worked out pretty good. But
yeah, I don't do YouTube for, like to try to get monetized or anything. I just kind of, I put a video out here once in a while. But that one that I did on the 705 and hooking it to the Mercury, that's got like 4,600 views or something. It's like,
yeah. Some videos are popular and some aren't. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Well, let's wind it down. Any other final comments? If not, we're going to shut down the Sunday night Ragchew. The polls have spoken. Earlier, we took some polls. I may mix in 2 preparedness topic weeks and 2 ham instead of 1 preparedness 3 ham. But we will be staying on Sunday night, unless something changes once in a while. We might move to another day, but we'll stay on Sunday night. The polls have spoken, so we're keeping it as is. We're going to move to Discord after this. I probably won't be up much later. Luna has spoken and the wife has spoken. If you've noticed Mrs. Black Irish 7 up there in the chat, that was her hint that it's past bedtime, telling me that Luna's telling me. So anyway, guys, it's been a good night again. And next week we'll do the same thing. You guys have a good week. Michael, anything you want to say?
Published a video today. State Fair, Texas. It was the first time I've been since almost 15 plus years. So definitely something y'all need to do at least once if you're in the state. It runs for three weeks or so. It's a pretty big state fair. It's one of the 2 largest ones. So did that one and almost 15. So definitely something y'all need to do at least once if you're in the state. It runs for
we're getting your
3 weeks.
We're getting the feedback on
it's
the
a pretty
other one,
big state fair. It's one of the
all right, guys. Oh,
2
Greg
largest
joined
ones,
us.
so
Yeah, Greg joined us in. Hey, Greg, you got to mute your microphone on the Discord. I think I can do it.
We're getting your.
Okay, I got it muted there. I'll unmute you in just a minute, Greg. We're going to shut this down, guys. Thanks again, 73. Have a good week. Be safe and be prepared. Take care.
Y'all take care. Bye.